Guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, we're going to give you a review today on the Peak 2.5 million candle power spotlight. This sucker is bright. Really bright. Has a little flashlight thing underneath, so if you don't need, full power. The LEDs will actually run for, pretty much forever on a single charge. Well, not forever, but a really long time, because LEDs don't chew up anything for power, really. So they're pretty efficient power-wise. It's got a 6-volt battery, 55-watt bulb. Gives you 2.5 million candle power. It's actually not that awkward to hold the thing. It's pretty decent. I've had this since last year, and it's got a little bit of wear because the cover cap that used to be on here finally broke. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Plastic eventually gives, right? But that's one method of recharging, is straight with a power cord in the back. So I just take an extension cord, slap it in there, leave it on for an hour, away I go. You also have an alternate source for plugging in the back here for charging. Now this thing doesn't have any intelligence as far as charge cycle goes, where it's going to shut off, so you could overcharge it. With the truck, I think it takes about I'd say probably about the same amount of time. I'd have to see if I still got my manual somewhere, but I know for sure through the back end it's about an hour for the recharge time, and you get about 15 minutes of run time. So if you're running this thing non-stop for 15 minutes, then it's gonna die. And just to give you an idea of the brightness, I'm going to shut my lights out here. So now we're dark, and I'm going to point this to the ceiling, and it lights up really well. And of course I can blind the camera again too. But it was on sale at Canadian Tire for, I believe it was under 20 bucks. So I thought, you know what, it's worth a gamble. Didn't know anything about Peak, but I didn't want to buy too crappy of a spotlight. The thing is pretty durable. I mean, I haven't dropped it or anything. I don't think I'd want to, but it is pretty durable. The lens doesn't get hot, which was actually quite surprising. If you get anything, it might be a slightest of warmness, and which is virtually nothing. It shoots an amazing beam of light. I've got my backyard here, goes out a couple hundred feet, and I can light up a good portion of my backyard really super easy. So what we'll do is we'll actually show you a test of that. We'll have to take the camera off the tripod, and we'll go outside, and I'll show you what this thing is like for lighting up the backyard at night. So let's go do that right now. And I'll just shut this off and then start it back up. Okay guys, so we're outside, and as you can tell, it's pretty dark out here. So let's light up the yard. And I'm just pointing at the one tree, and the one tree here is about 50 feet away from me, I guess. It's not too bad. So let's just follow the light. And it starts to dim down about there, and that's out around, that's a little over 200 feet away. So that's the far end there. And we'll just bring her in closer and closer and closer to other trees that are close to us. Go check out our big pine tree. Let's go up to the top of the pine tree. We're way up there. So works pretty good. Okay, so let's go back in the house. Okay, so we're back again, back in the house. And so as you can see, it's pretty bright even outside. This thing hasn't been uncharged for, I guess about a week anyway. So the last time I recharged it. And it's still doing really well. So really for power drop off, it's pretty minuscule. Not really that noticeable. But you will notice pretty quick after 15 minutes of keeping that on that it's going to start dulling out on you. So for an hour charge time, 15 minutes usage time, I mean when you count the minutes it's quite long. 15 minutes is actually quite a while when you really think about it in real-time numbers. So I mean these things are probably one of the best things for pizza drivers trying to find people's houses and stuff, to find the number on the house. I picked it up, it was just, hey, it was a good price, I always wanted one, what the hell, and so I got one. And I actually use this thing quite a lot. It's handy for, where we live, because it gets really super pitch dark outside, and, so if I need to go out in the backyard for anything late at night, it's black out there, literally. And so this thing is actually quite handy to light things up, and so I can see where I'm going pretty good. And like I said, you also got the small light here. I mean, it doesn't do much. I didn't even bother with this outside for the camera, because you wouldn't have seen like anything unless I walked right up to the railing on my staircase on the deck. So but I mean realistically in the real world, yeah, it's not too bad. It's got some brightness to it. Like, we'll just shut the light off again here. So this is about what you can expect out of the little mini light down below it, and it works quite well. 3 LEDs. And of course you can also hit this at the same time. But a lot of fun. So anyway, for quality build wise, it's really good. Very impressive. Like I said, I've used this thing an awful lot. And I've used it for even up to 10 minutes at a time, and it starts to get a little bit too dull for my taste. So about 15 minutes, I've run it down to 15 minutes, and it's barely lit after 15 minutes. And you just, let it cool down for about half an hour, throw it back on the charger. Because the important thing is anything battery powered, no matter what it is, let the battery stand and cool, 20 minutes to a half an hour before you recharge it. And believe it or not, you'll get a lot of extra life out of your rechargeable tools, lights in this case, etc. If you allow that cool down time to take place before recharging. So anyway, that's pretty much the gist of it. Good little flashlight, spotlight, 2.5 million candle power. That is really, really bright. I wish it would light up enough I could actually shoot this up the road, because I've got a stretch that's almost about, well, I'd say close to about 1/4 mile. And I can see the light shine on the trees 1/4 mile away easy with this thing. So it is quite powerful, and so I like it for that fact too. So it's handy in just about any situation. And if you need some bright light, even in a small area, yeah, it's got the juice for it. Anyways, 4 out of 5 as usual. It's not perfect. It is a little short on the runtime, considering it takes an hour to charge it. If it was, like 20-25 minutes runtime, it'd probably be even better. But you know what? The more power you have, the less runtime you're going to end up with. And that's the same thing when you start looking at radio-controlled toys too, which at the longest time used to actually frustrate me at first, because you charge the battery for 4 hours, and you get like what, 10 minutes? That sucks. The thing is, you need the higher capacity battery to get the longer run time and still have the same recharge time, or less recharge time. And batteries are getting better and better and better, especially now we got the lipo cells and the lithium polymers, lithium ion, sorry. So now we have batteries like that. We have shorter charge times, better, run times, etc., etc. So, but in this kind of a technology type jobby, I don't know what kind of battery is actually in here. It's probably just an iCAD, but it does work very well, very efficiently. You can charge it from the car in the back. It comes with the kit for it, and you can also use just regular household current, slap it in the back. And I always use the household current because it's mostly in the house anyways that I have this. So like I said, if you just need a mini flashlight, it's great. Great if you want to throw it in your car and you have a breakdown in the middle of the night. You know, got to change a flat. You can use the small light, which is more than bright enough to get the job done. It's going to give you a lot of run time. Or you can use the big light and get really bright. You know, so pretty cool. Anyways, thanks for watching. Any comments, you know, as usual, feel free to leave them. And if you have any questions, do the best I can to answer them. We'll see you on the next video.